Hey, Branson, I saw that next week on March 28th, they're having this P League All Star, Celebrity All Star game at Cleveland Public Auditorium. They have some former NFL players, current NFL players, some former NBA players, entertainers, your voiceover dude. My question is, which celebrity game, if they called you, would you play in? Would it be a basketball, softball, bowling? What would it be?
Well, my first question is, what is P League? What is the P for?
Hey man, I don't ask questions because I made the mistake of asking what P Valley was, and oops.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was a mistake. And our boy is on P Valley, and he wants to come on our show.
Who?
But
Oh, I don't even
Thomas,
know.
Thomas, the former football player,
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
yeah, played for the Jets and the
Oh, Thomas Jones.
yeah, yeah, T Jones.
Well, which
So,
one, bro?
well, I played in a celebrity basketball game, and I've never played in a celebrity softball game. I would love to play in a celebrity softball game. As long as you're playing too.
You know I'm not playing nothing. They will not see me act like a cripple unless it's bowling. I'll be a coach. I'll be on the sideline assistant coach. I'll be a PA announcer. Bruh, man, is not. I wish they would say, hey, man, don't you want to run? No. Don't you want to play? No. You want to do? No. Bowl? Yes. Only got to take 3 steps, get rid of the ball.
Welcome to the Sports Brothers. And Delvis, we have a great show again today. Our guest is Marc Spears, senior writer for ESPN's Andscape, a good friend of the show. And we're going to talk to him about a few things in the NBA going on, the expansion, Bam Adebayo, his 83 points. And you and I are going to talk about the NCAA tournament, controversy in the World Baseball Classic, and a few other things in sports. So before we talk to Marc, Bam Adebayo had 83 points last week. Controversy. There was an article in Andscape, in ESPN Andscape by Jesse Washington, where he said this is the first time where 81 is greater than 83. He was referring to Kobe's 81 points. And I have a few things just to say about those 83 points by Bam Adebayo, but go ahead and start us off, Delvis. What was when you
I
first
want
heard about
I want to
when you
hear
first
what you have to say because you have closer ties to the Lakers than me. Everybody has closer ties to the Lakers than me. I want to hear what you have to say because you're closer to that. And then Bam, Bam is my guy. So I want to hear what you got to say because you probably, I want to definitely hear what you got to say, bro.
well, it's not a Laker thing for me as far as the points, and I don't blame Bam at all for the 83 points. Um, who I blame are the Heat, and I blame the NBA. I blame the Washington Generals. I mean Wizards for how they played. And what I had problems with is calling timeouts and the fouls and doing all you could to help him to get those points. And it just for me it just wasn't in the natural flow of the game. I mean, if a guy is hot and he's doing his thing, go for it, which he did. But trying to manufacture a lot of those points, that's the only thing I had problems with.
I disagree with Jesse Washington. 83 is always more than 81. A lot of people are just they got Kobe fever and not to besmirch his character. People make it seem like he was the greatest of all time when Kobe's teams made the lottery a lot of doggone times. When they compare him to LeBron, or you know, LeBron went to the Lakers first year, won a championship after Kobe. So I think it wasn't his fault. He did what he was supposed to do, and I just challenge the people who are Kobe fans and Kobe stands and all of that. You watch that Kobe 81-point game. You talking about passive defense? That was against the Raptors, if I'm not mistaken. Bruh, it was like they would say, hey, here, Mr. Bryant, this way, Mr. Bryant, this way, Mr. Bryant. And Bam was aggressive. No, he's not known as a prolific scorer. But we can always go back to, bruh, when Ice scored 63, remember that game where Ice scored 63 to get a scoring championship? Ice could have got about 90 because if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Ice played the fourth quarter. So we've seen a lot of prolific scoring. I still hate that there is no film or anything from Wilt scoring his 100, but Bam is in second place. But I think that somebody's just going to get hot. And I believe that the 83 will fall within the next 2 to 3 years. But hats off to Bam Adebayo. It's not his fault that Washington can't play defense. Everybody's done went off on Washington this year. So, hey, y'all leave Bam alone. Bam is fam to me. So, hey, whatever. Congratulations, Bam. I'm with you, brother.
Well, one thing I'll say, I would not compare Toronto's defense to Washington. And if you remember in that game, I would. Because in that game against Toronto, the Lakers were behind. So Kobe had to bring them back. And then Washington, they were down by 25, 30 points at some point in the game, and they were still, pushing for the record. So I think, well, I won't say 83 is better than 81, but I will say Kobe's 81 was more impressive than the 83 that Bam scored.
Not to me. Not to me. 83 is always better than 81. I'm not using new math. I'm using true math.
and I'm using the asterisk.
Ain't no asterisk. No, ain't no asterisk. It's 83. That's what's in the book. They kept on fouling him. He was hitting his free throws. They were grabbing him. He was hitting his free throws.
Miami was calling timeouts to help him get
he was hitting his free throws,
making him get his points. And funny thing you bring up about free throws. Do you think people forget how important that is for any of these records? Is to you got to hit your free throws?
Oh, I think when Will had 100, didn't he go like 28 for 32 or something like that from the line? I mean, that was the one game Will was getting hacked like that, and Will hit his free throws like that. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I haven't researched it, but I think he went something like 28 out of 32 from the free throw line in that 100-point game that he had. So, hey.
Well, maybe Mo will look that up for us.
Yeah.
See how many free throws Wilt had in that 100-point game. Knowing your computer brain, it probably was 28 to 32.
Hey, if that's the case, I'm gonna give myself a high five. Give myself a high five.
28 free throws. 28. How many did he miss, Mo? Was it 28 to 32? %87 from the line. Let's see, how many did he miss? Look at that.
Man, y'all better quit playing with me.
Look at that.
Sonic K, my Damie. I tell you, none of these bums in Cleveland, that's why they scared of me. They call me 665. They scared of me. I am the boogeyman. Now, I think I just pulled that up out, and I didn't look at nothing. I just confirmed what just got confirmed. 28 out of 32.
28
I
out of 32.
remember that.
It's a lot of free throws. So let's get to the NCAA tournament. One thing, I am happy that the committee did vote Miami of Ohio in, and the fact that they got uh, voted into the playing game in nearby Dayton, I think was genius on their part. I mean, already there's enthusiasm. You know, there's a segment that's really happy about Miami being in the tournament, and then you have the Bruce Pearls of the world that don't want them in the tournament. But the fact that they put them in the play-in game, I think that works. I think that works for Miami. One, they get to prove that they belong. Two, it's close to home, and they need to rebound from that loss in the MAC tournament against UMass, which was a terrible loss to start the tournament. So, what's your thoughts on Miami making the tournament and overall the NCAA tournament?
Well, I don't have a problem with Miami making it. I'm glad Auburn didn't make it. Bruce Pearl, the one that gifted his son the job. Remember him, the bigot, the racist. I hate Bruce Pearl, man. Chuck Barkley is my boy. You know that. He's your boy too. But he's wrong about Bruce Pearl. Bruce Pearl is a bigot and he's a stain on Auburn's program. And I'm glad they're going to be watching it or going to the NIT. But the only thing I didn't like was Michigan getting the number one seed and they didn't even win the Big Ten. And it's not like Purdue won with a late second jump shot. Purdue they manhandled Michigan in the Big Ten finals. So that's the only thing I have a problem with. But I think no one can say for certain who's going to win because you have so many great players or potentially great players that are dispersed throughout the tournament. So I think for years and years we've been waiting for a tournament like this, and I think this could be one of the years where one of the lower seeds can even make it to the finals.
So the top seeds are Duke, Michigan, Florida, and Arizona. So out of those four, who do you pick to win it all?
Neither one of them.
Who's your choice?
I don't have one because I mean I just don't. Uh, I'm not the prognosticator type dude, but I can say this: there are flaws in all four of those teams. I mean, you look at a team like Houston. Uh, I mean, if you ask me who I think could win it, I would say Houston. Uh, them cats, when they get on fire and they got a at point guard, this dude is a monster, man. So I would say Houston, man. Kelvin Sampson finally gets his ring.
I'm sticking with the Big Ten. I'm going with Michigan, although they had that loss to Purdue, and in the past we've seen teams lose in their conference tournament before and come back and win it all. And and I think Michigan, because of their length and their experience, I think that'll be the deciding factor. And I do pick Duke. No surprise to you. I do predict Duke to get upset. I'm looking the bracket that they're in, which is a tough bracket, and I think I have St. John's upsetting them on that side of the bracket. So you laugh, you know you know how I feel about Duke, and
You hate them
yeah,
cats, man.
but I like them off the court. Those are my
Certain
dudes.
people.
Those are my dudes. The Duke. So on the women's side, UConn, UCLA, Texas, and South Carolina are the number one seeds, and UConn being undefeated. But I don't have UConn winning it all. Again, I'm being loyal to the Big Ten. I'm going with UCLA. Five senior starters, Delvis, that scored over 1,000 points in their career, and two and one. Let me see. I think in two of them scored 2,000 points in their career. So for me, the fact that they can score, and the second thing is they play better competition in UConn throughout the year, and I think that'll be a factor when it comes to the tournament. I know you're going for South Carolina.
You already know. So It doesn't even need to be said. I'm going with South Carolina because they're battle tested. I mean, they're recent winners. And the one thing that Dawn Staley can do is outcoach any coach in that tournament. She's
Yes.
proven. She's
Yes.
proven. And a lot of times it could be a tactical move or something like that, a motivational move. It could be something from a coaching perspective that could make a team win a game or guide a team to win. Um, Not to disparage Calipari or no other coach, but if you telling me which coach that I would put my money on, even though I don't gamble, I'm going with Dawn Staley 10 times out of 10, bro.
Great choice. Great choice. Well, there's another tournament going on, and because of our taping, it'll be over when this is shown, and that's the World Baseball Classic. The U.S. will play Venezuela in the championship game. But going back to the semis, there was a controversial call in the classic between U.S. and the Dominican Republic. So, what was your? I mean, did you see it live? And even if you didn't, what did you think of the call
But it just wasn't
recorded or
that
live?
call. Remember in the eighth inning, it was another BS call that went against the Dominican Republic. I mean, obvious. Just you have to be blind to call. And then that call, that ball was not close to the strike zone.
It was
What
about it was about this below the strike zone. And you know what bothers me most of all, Delvis, about it is this was a great game. This was a classic game.
well, it was a great at bat. If you remember, I think that was my man's eighth. Was it? I think that was the eighth or ninth pitch of that at bat, and to end it on that. And this is one of the reasons why people hate America around the world, man. It's just stuff like this, man. And I'm somebody that because of being a veteran and being stationed outside of the country, and it was so-called peacetime. People hate America, man. And this is one of the reasons why. Why are you cheating? That was cheating. That was a cheating, I mean, game. But from the like I said, when they called Soto out, come on, man, come on, bro. That wasn't. Come on, really, really. Let the players play. And the one thing about it, it's just like uh, the darkest skinned player for United States was Aaron Judge. And they were playing against a bunch of brothers from the DR, the Dominican Republic. I didn't like it, man. It reeks of racism to me. People say, well, it can't be racism all the time. Well, you tell me what it is when they go ahead and do this in consecutive innings in a close game. Tell me what it is. I will listen. Okay, if
Well,
it was a bad call once, but not a bad call twice. Nah,
well, the
nah.
one thing that's guaranteed is the next time the WBC plays, that not this previous game, but next time they play in the near future, there will be robots, AI, or whatever it is, determining these calls. And the one thing about baseball, try to hold on to tradition to keep with umpires, and now we have the clock, the clock, the pitch clock that people fought against for years. But this is where we are now. We're with computers, are making, you're going to start making these calls. And but you get to this point, if you want the game to be as fair as possible, I mean, nothing's perfect, but if you're going to get as fair as possibly can be, then you're going to have to rely on these computers, or at least you can go to the monitor to make sure you get the correct call.
But, bro, I mean, all that's well and good. These cats know what a strike zone is. They know what a strike zone is. That nobody other than that idiot at that time would have called that a strike, bro. That I'm just saying they are trained. You know what the strike zone is. That was not close to. I can understand if it was borderline. I can understand. That was south of the border, bro. And that's why I think that because of the influx of gambling, you question everything.
Yes.
I mean, even with the computers, somebody have to program the computers. People who are gambling will question those people who are programming these computers. So, bruh, the questioning of officials will never go away. And I think the influx of gambling and other issues, social media, and all of this have caused there's no such thing as a pure competitive sport anymore.
No.
And it never will be. That Pandora's box has been opened and it can't be closed.
Did you hear about Oregon quarterback Dante Moore?
No.
Did you hear what he did? He wrote a letter to the governor of the state of Oregon, hoping to get more help throughout the state for people dealing with mental health. Because in his letter, he talked about the pressures that he had to deal with as a teenage quarterback for Oregon, and that he was dealing with depression because of his mother having cancer. And I want to kudos to that young man for bringing light to that. And as when we talked about the film, when Warren Moon was in college, and how he had to deal with the racism, as a teenage quarterback. And back then, it was different pressures. Back then, he was dealing with racism. He wasn't dealing with the gambling and things like that these young people have to deal with now. But it's real important what Dante Moore brought up, and hats off to that young man for bringing this to light, and hopefully it can help some other people in the state of Oregon.
Bro, and you also realize, imagine this. This dude is he's one of ours. He was born here in Cleveland.
Yeah,
And then
EC.
they moved, yeah, in EC. East Cleveland, only the strong survive. And then they moved to Detroit. It's not like they went, loaded up the truck and moved to Beverly. They moved to Detroit. So this young man has had to endure a lot. And then to go through what he's gone through, oh man, it's crazy. It's just like even now, if you look at the NFL, somebody need to check on these brothers. Somebody need to check on them, because imagine what some of the brothers go through, like Jerry Judy, who I know. I've never talked to him about it, but think about this. He goes for number one receiver, so all of a sudden he can't play. And he's now, according to some of these goofies, he's a number three receiver. Well, when you play with a Jameis Winston, who totally just threw aside that offense that Stefanski was running, and he said, man, we gonna run this, we going downfield. And you saw how Jerry, he thrived when the ball was going downfield. Then you go back to Stefanski with the putt offense, dink dunk. And people always like to say what Shador threw 10 interceptions. He threw 10 interceptions because he was a rookie trying to go downfield in an offense that's not predicated on throwing downfield. It's predicated on having someone like a Dylan Gabriel. And what happened? Dylan Gabriel, his record was what, 1-5 when he quarterback? His stats look pretty, 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but you can't win a game like that. Shador, considering it was 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions with no training camp, bro, no training camp, with these bums in the media. And I'm going to do I'm going to do something on my page, my Facebook page, where I'm going to talk about these bastards in the media who have, you talking about mental health. Imagine what Shador's had to go through here in Cleveland. He's stupid. He don't know the book. He don't know how to watch film. By the way, his daddy is one of the greatest players of all time. He's been watching film since he was in elementary school. He knows how to watch film. He knows how to break down film. And the people that are talking about him being stupid are the idiots that never watch film. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're saying. So imagine the mental toughness he has to have.
Mhm.
Imagine that. He goes through stuff, racism, and even now, every day, I promise you, people are saying, well, the Browns have to add a quarterback to the quarterback room. Why don't y'all just say it? Come on, racists, say it. You want them to add a white quarterback to the room because Deshaun Watson has better far as he's played bad under Stefanski, but he was one of the best quarterbacks in the game before Stefanski. And I know he has some other stuff going on with those false allegations, but let's be honest. He has had great seasons. He's had great seasons, but he's not good enough to compete for the position. Shador, no training camp. He did all that stuff on the fly. A lesser quarterback would have fallen. Bruh, the mental health is so important. And and even us in the media, bro, we can play a bigger role. We can't be cheerleaders, but we can at least be sounding boards for these young men and young women that go through similar situations like Shador's going through, like Dante Moore's going through. Us few brothers and sisters in the media, we can at least be a sounding board, and that actually helps with mental health.
Yeah, that's certainly mental health is certainly important across the board for athletes and for non-athletes and everybody on all walks of life. So again, kudos to Dante Moore for helping to bring attention to something very important. Something else important is our guest, Marc Spears, senior writer for ESPN Andscape. We're going to talk to him about a lot of things going on in the news, including NBA expansion. We'll be right back with Marc Spears. Marc Spears, the senior NBA writer for Andscape. He's a Hall of Famer, Kurt Gowdy Media Award, but best of all, he's a good friend of the Sports Brothers. Welcome to the show, Marc.
What's happening in Cleveland, man? Is it, we got 85-degree weather here in the Bay.
Rubbing it in. Look at him, rubbing it in.
I hadn't had a chance to go outside yet, The beach is about 5 minutes away from me, and maybe I'll go put my feet in the sand.
Yeah,
how's it over there, man? How's it over there?
Oh, man, it's a little warm today. I think, was it 50, Delvis?
No, 50. No, that was this morning. It's about 35 and going to snow.
Right, and it was 70 yesterday.
Yeah.
Or darn near.
Okay.
Cleveland weather keep you on your toes.
Man, the whole world weather is keeping us on our toes now.
It is, man. But speaking of being on the toes, NBA's talking about expansion. I guess the first vote is coming soon. I mean, why are they even voting? I mean, is it a done deal that there will be NBA in Seattle and in Las Vegas?
No, it's I would assume so. I mean, they've been the front runners. I really like Mexico City. I'm guessing the recent incident in Mexico, not Mexico City, probably scared some folks. Not that anybody's told me that, but I'm wondering. Because I do think that Mexico City offers something interesting in terms of it would be the largest city in the league. It's bigger than New York City. It's in Mexico, which you'll now have access to that basketball-loving country. And it also would be a door to Latin America, which the NBA does not have. So I've always been intrigued by Mexico City. I've been to a game there, and I think that would be great. But obviously, Americans are more American.
Correct.
And so, Seattle's probably always been number one on the list, never should even have lost a team.
Yep.
Then, Vegas has always sounded like a hot number two. I am a little concerned about the long-term, trajectory of Vegas. When you hear that kids aren't gambling and clubbing as much, and, what is that city going to look like 10, 15 years from now? But it also, has certainly been a very popular place to be, a basketball hotbed. They love the aces, so I'm not totally surprised by that. I think the thing that to me I heard was the hold up previously is, the NBA is making good money. It's got great television deals. It's, adding NBA Europe and NBA Africa is doing well, about to sell, franchises for about 50 million a piece. Let's see how much these NBA Europe franchises go for. Obviously, there's talk about, that these new NBA franchises too coming in probably be like $7 to $10 billion a piece.
Wow.
But the one thing is when you add two teams, then you're adding two more pieces to the pie. And so I think that has been the holdup in recent seasons is like, well, do we want to add two more teams when ultimately I'm going to have to share two more pieces of the pie when that piece of pie I got is pretty good. I'm already sharing it with 29 other folks. So that I don't think it's going to be vetoed. I think it will happen. Do I think it's going to get all 30 teams to vote yes? I doubt that. Some people say that the Knicks ownership is skeptical about it. I'm curious to see if other teams feel the same. But hey, there is big money to be gained by adding two more franchises to the league. It also obviously like dilutes the league a little bit as well. Players will like it because that means more jobs. But I am super happy for Seattle. Branson, you've been to games there. You know how amazing a place it is to see basketball. Fans should have never have lost this. So I'm excited for them getting it back. I'll be intrigued to see what happens in Vegas. But it seems inevitable that that's the course that the NBA is going on.
Are you surprised on how quickly they're talking about doing expansion? I thought I read somewhere in 28 they're talking about, so a couple years to have these teams in place.
I mean, that's still a couple seasons from now, right? I mean, 25, 26, 26, 27, 27, 28. So you're talking about the 28, 29 season, right?
Yes.
It's a couple years from now. Obviously, Vegas has shown during these college basketball tournaments that they have arenas.
Yeah. Yes.
The T-Mobile has hosted NBA preseason games. It also has hosted major college basketball games. I saw Florida and Arizona play. I saw BYU with AJ Devanza play at T-Mobile earlier this year. I've seen the Lakers play preseason game there. Obviously, the NBA Cup is there, so it's proven that arena, could be a great arena. Although I keep hearing that they built something else, which time will tell. Vegas has one. I'm sorry. Seattle also has, the updated Key Arena. I'm not sure it was a Climate Pledge, I think it's called now. I'm not totally as in love with that place. It was okay. The scoreboard seemed a little outdated, needed some updating, but that's nothing they can't fix. Those are small things. So,
Well, I think they have with their hockey team in the WNBA. I think they play in the newer arena.
Yeah. But it was like, I don't know. I've been seeing the bells and whistles at the Chase Center and Intuit Dome, right? Those places. So like seeing what Seattle did was cool, but it didn't like yell, this is a new dazzling place by any means, but it certainly would be, it's fine enough to host an NBA arena, and I know the city will back it, and they're eager, assuming the team's named the Sonics, to get that back there as well. I'm just curious to see what ends up happening in terms of other cities being like, well, why can't we bid for it? That's the one thing I want to see. And look, I've been swamped on a story today, so I haven't read everything. So
Mhm.
please give me some grace with that. But I wonder if there's somebody in Louisville or Mexico City or in Kansas City or in Jacksonville saying, well, wait, or Vancouver. Like I'll pay 11 billion for a team. So I think the assumption is that it will be in Vegas and Seattle, but money always talks, right?
Oh, yes.
all the
And,
time.
and if you have an owner like willing to do something out of the ordinary just to get it to where until it's signed, I know Vegas and Seattle are the front runners, but until it's done, till it's agreed to, you never know who might jump in there and from a financial standpoint and try to change the direction of where the teams are going. So I wouldn't get too comfortable until it's done.
Hey, Mark, the NBA is usually considered one of the more progressive leagues, and as of now, no major sports team has majority black ownership. You think it's possible that one of these expansion teams will have majority black ownership?
No.
Okay. I gotta
Keep-
ask.
No, I think what's going to happen is like it's going to take, I mean, we'll see what LeBron James is able to do if he's able to get, part of that ownership. But ultimately, like this money that we're talking about, like, I mean, respectfully and I guess disappointingly for us, like how many black folks we know with that kind of money that want to spend that money in that direction, right? I mean, I think what it's going to be is part of a group where maybe you see a LeBron James, be the lead figurehead of the organization. Um, maybe it's a Kevin Durant, maybe it's a Stephen Curry in the future, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but it's the money that's being thrown around is like you basically got like a 1% of people in the world that have that kind of money and would be willing to do it. I mean, maybe it's a black investor from another country, right?
Right.
But right now, ultimately, though, like I said, I'm just curious to see now that the door is open, who walks through it, um, and who wants to truly put some money behind it. But I do think I kind of like where you see with the Denver Broncos, you'll see some prominent African Americans in ownership group, but are they the main one putting the money behind it?
Nah.
Probably not.
Hey, y'all keep going. I gotta go do something. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Going to
Wash
do
your hands.
it. Wash them twice. Hey, Mark.
I gotta go do something.
Yeah. Just say bye bye. Hey, Mark, I
You got
remember
that
when
you got the bubbles during the show, huh?
man gotta stay ready. You never know what'll come up. I
Literally and
remember
figuratively.
you did an interview with ESPN on ESPN with Donovan Mitchell,
Mm.
and when he was first traded to Cleveland from New Orleans, and he had mentioned that he's embracing being amongst some black folks because there aren't too many. I've never been there, but I just take people's words. There are not a lot of black folks in Salt Lake City. So he was embracing being around black folks. But of course, the media people in Cleveland, except for me and Branson, kind of shy away from it. You still been maintaining doing some things with Donovan throughout this season. Talk about what you've been doing with Donovan.
All right. You all right, bro?
Yeah, man. I had to give us some power.
Oh,
It was
Hey, the
gonna
red
fade to
light
black.
came on.
It was gonna fade to black, literally.
okay. I thought you wanted to go talk to a man about a horse, man.
a big horse.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, yeah, no, I'm doing a diary on Donovan Mitchell this season, which has been phenomenal. And he's, giving us unique and amazing access. We were with him in training camp in Florida. Most recently, we got access with him during NBA All-Star Weekend, which was great. We've been with him on the road. I actually interviewed him in Minneapolis the day that, the lady was shot by the ICE agent in the head. And we got him that day there, and that was a really, tough interview to do. But he's given us insight into his life, his engagement with Coco Jones, who he dearly loves that lady, the pressures that he's facing, wanting excellence. Like he wants the Cavs to be great. He wants to win a championship. He wants to have his jersey retired one day, and he's certainly a big time professional as well. Just really has done a great job of, when being present when he's available with us, not rushing, giving us great insight. He's always kept his word. His schedule is certainly challenged, but he's always kept his word that every month that he's going to speak with us, and hopefully we'll get him in the next, 10 days or so. And, or we will. I met him when he was a rookie, going to Salt Lake, playing in Summer League. I actually introduced him to Coach Johnny. That's how they met and became close. I introduced them. And, Donovan's story is remarkable because nobody's given him anything. He came from Louisville. He was a guy that just showed up at pre-draft camp, just trying his, testing the waters, and end up doing amazing. And he's carved himself into a special career, but he's just like, he's right at the door, and he just wants to be able to kick the door in. And the way you kick the door in is in the playoffs. The way you kick the door in is making it to the finals. He wants to be in that room with LeBron, with Giannis, with Steph, with Kevin Durant. But he knows in order to get in that room, he has to win a championship. And I know he's striving really hard to do that.
Hope he don't think he's gonna get it with Kenny Atkinson, but I digress. Dude is terrible. Go ahead, B.
So Mark, if you had a wish list of people you'd like to do diaries with, or you think they would have interesting stories, who are some of those players that you would like to do?
I probably should ask Steph Curry next season. Maybe he'll say yes, right? Like Steph would be amazing. Obviously, LeBron would be amazing. I doubt it. I know he won't do it.
I agree.
The thing is that the challenge now is, what does the viewer want, right? And I think the push is to go younger, which I think why Donovan's resonating. We're getting great viewership and are following on it because it's a younger player. Like, respectfully to those stars I mentioned, everybody knows everything about them, right? So like last season, I had Paolo Banchero. Who knows? Maybe next season, we get blessed by AJ DeBanza or something like that, But that's the thing is, like, do we want to go young? Do we want to go older? And I think the push is that, they want the new school guys. So that's the kind of thing that's interesting. Like, this next season, I already talked to my producer, Jason Johnson, about it. Like, who should we look at? But I think probably after the draft, we'll have a better idea. Like if AJ DeBanza ends up in Sacramento, maybe that might be a good move, or Boozer or somebody like that, right? Peterson, because that would be close. But I would also be actually a guy I'm really intrigued with, especially next year, and I think it'd be a great story. Would be Damian Lillard. because he'll be coming back from the Achilles. It'll be really sentimental with him being in Portland. I'd definitely be interested in that as well. But, there's a guy from the Rockets we talked to a little bit, not named Durant. I'll just leave it at that. But we'll see. We'll see. But I'm just excited about this one. This diary series has been great. It started with Draymond Green actually during the 2016 finals.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
I was the only one getting great access to him, talking to him about everything that was going on. It started as a finals diary. We even did it with, Vince Carter, one of his last years, and Fred VanVleet in the bubble, which was weird because we were basically in the same place, but I couldn't interview him face to face. We had to do it over Zoom.
Yeah.
Right down the hall.
Yeah. Well, no, they were in much better digs than I was in, but you in a bad place when you walk outside, then you open the door, you're outside. That's when you're in a bad place. That's our place in the bubble.
Real
Not
bad.
players, but the media. But we'll see. Just look forward to seeing if I could do the last one with Donovan Mitchell after winning the championship, right?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
They got a shot. They're in the mix.
Yeah, they got a shot. Uh-oh. Look at Delva's face. His face says it all.
My mind telling me no.
Hey, Mark, I know
I have
you.
no faith in Kenny Atkinson. He'll say, wait a minute, Dean Wade should be shooting instead of Donovan. Dean Wade should be, man, that guy.
Yeah. Hey, Mark, before you go, I know you got another appointment. Delvis and I talked early in the show about Bam, his 83 points.
Yeah.
Where do you sit with that? There was Jesse Washington did an article in Andscape talking about this is the time where 83 is not greater than 81. Where do you sit with these 83 points?
I'm mixed about it because Bam is the best. He is an amazing, amazing dude. Let me first start off by that. So I think it would make it easier to not like it if he wasn't a good dude.
Right.
He's like a stellar person, stellar player, stellar person. And you got to have the quiet storm. The right storm to make it happen. And is it his fault that the Wizards were terrible coming to town? Right? You play who's in front of you, right? I do wonder if, from a sportsmanship standpoint, at a certain point, you would take somebody out, right? Every coach has to make its own judgment. I kind of felt like after he passed LeBron, that was cool. That was enough. They're up pretty big, So I was feeling it probably into the last 15 points, so to speak, because I thought it kind of felt forced. It doesn't felt forced. It was forced. Like, I ain't never seen Bam bring the ball up the court, right? He got an offensive charge and Spo challenged it, and then he got
up by 30 and challenged
Washington challenged it. It did get to be a pretty ridiculous. I talked to Tom Joyner, who was at the game, and he's a season ticket holder, and he was really upset about some of the hate that Bam was getting. And he was basically said, he's like, he got beat up to take them 42 free throws.
Sure did.
But he was like, hey, he only shot 4 a game prior to that. But I think the bigger question to me, and I ask you guys this, is as you see, I'm kind of in the middle of it, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to accept his history. I respect what Kobe did. I respect what Wilt did. But the question is, can somebody get to Wilt? And when I look at the landscape of the NBA, and I think what we learned from Bam is maybe that's the formula to challenge Wilt, is not a guard. I think people just assume it's going to be a guard. But the challenge is you got to get to the free throw line. you got to get easy baskets. And to me, that means it has to be likely a big who could do everything. Um, Giannis comes to mind, but Giannis doesn't shoot threes well enough. And I don't think he's a great enough free throw shooter to make it happen. But the player that comes to mind is Wemby, Victor Wembanyama.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
Yes.
I feel like he could obviously score these in the post. If he could shoot threes, he makes his free throws, he gets putbacks. I think if there's going to be a player that crosses 85, right, of the landscape of the world, I think he probably has the best chance.
The one thing that people always overlook is when Wilt did get the 100. If I'm not mistaken, he was something like 28 from 32 from the free throw line. Never shot that good before or after.
Yeah.
But he made his free, like you were saying, Mark. Not only did he get to the free throw line, he made the free throws for once. And I think that was the one thing that enabled him to get the 100, or else that would have been, if he'd have shot like he usually shot, it'd been like an 85-point game, which is still a heck of a lot.
That's why Shaq never got the 100, right?
Yeah, he wasn't going to.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna hit no free throws.
Hey, Mark,
Hey, you're talking to a bad free throw shooter too, so I
real quick before you go, I know that you interviewed the top people like the Donovan Mitchells, Draymond Greens, but you also done something from one of the with the Cavaliers, Naquan Tomlin. Could you talk about how different it is to interview from the megastars to the guys who really got it from he really got it from the mud, as far as G League now to the league, and finally within the last month or two, he finally got a contract. Could you talk about that?
Well, I think he got it from the playground. Maybe is a better thing. Like he was a Rucker Park legend who didn't play in high school. For me, I think I've lived on being a storyteller, especially during these 10 years at ESPN Andscape. Like it's you got the low hanging fruit on the star stories, which certainly will get the most clicks. But then there's just, to me, like so many amazing stories in the league that need to be told. And Quan Tomlin was one of them. Playing in the playing in the Rucker Park, not playing in high school because he had poor grades, and basically being discovered by the right people, including Terrell Harris, the father of Tobias Harris, who plays for the Pistons, who's an agent who talks to kids in New York all the time. And there was a guy from Rucker Park who was basically telling Terrell, like, hey, man, I think this kid could be an NBA player one day. And Terrell, as he does, he just helps folks out, and he helps send them to get some training from George Gervin in San Antonio, and then helped him get to a junior college in New Jersey. And then boom, Terrell literally forgot about the kid.
Wow.
And it wasn't until I reminded him that he helped him and told him that the dude was playing for the Cavaliers. He had to call somebody. He's like, I went to Sylvia's in Harlem, lunch with him. He's like, yeah. Yeah, because he had done it so many times. At the time when he's talking to the kids, they're like off the radar. So he probably don't remember his name, but then he's like, oh yeah, he came with his mom and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So, Naquan's story from undrafted to G League, junior college route, going to a bunch of different schools to, getting that contract. Like, I'm sure the day he got that contract, I'm sure it was a beautiful day for him. And I just love telling those diamond in the rough, battle adversity documentary type of stories. And so I really, really, enjoyed writing about him.
Like those HBUs, like Langston University, right?
Yeah, no, I'm wearing this.
I know.
Yeah. Show your shirt.
Yeah, no, those my little brothers, man. I had the amazing opportunity to get an honorary doctorate from Langston.
Oh, congratulations,
about
bro.
3 years ago, and did their commencement speech and met the basketball coach, Chris Wright, and I know the president, Luis Raby. And they basically have taken me in with open arms, and they went to the couple of years ago, they went to the championship game, lost, had a tough loss, and the coach gave me a ring.
Wow, that's cool.
He gave the players, and last year they made the Sweet 16. They made the Sweet 16 again. They're trying to win a national championship, and the tournament, I think, starts this week in Kansas City. So shout out to Langston Lions, the only HBCU in Oklahoma. And hopefully I get a championship ring this time, because I know Coach going to hook me up.
Oh, yeah. That's good, man.
And it feels good, too, because one of my, basketball connects lives, right? One of my junior college teammates at Foothill College, a guy named Troy McCoy, his son Cameron is on the team. And I
wow.
connect Cameron and Coach, and so he's a senior on the team, had a nice putback dunk the other day, had 18 last game. And so I'm even connected even closer because Cameron's on the team. And I'm trying to get him another recruit in my family right now. So,
all right.
Yeah. The Lions, those are my boys, man. I wish them the best, and hopefully they win it all this time.
Well, man, hopefully your schedule will be open enough we can have you on longer next time. I always enjoy these conversations.
31 minutes. That's a long time. That's
not for you. Not for you.
Oh,
that ain't long for you.
Remember, you had to take about 4 or 5 minutes when B had the exit stage left.
No, y'all kept it going.
He came back with a cord to kind of make us think he was doing, like, looking for something. Yeah. I think I hear a fan going on in the back. If you listen closely.
Hey, man. Hey, next time, like I said, get you on a little longer, man. Appreciate it.
Well, hey, if I'm there for the finals, maybe I'll come in studio or something,
appreciate you, bro. Hey, you got to get me back on TV, man.
Make the finals, you bring your suits out. I'm sure they'll find a place for you.
I got plenty.
All right.
Thanks, bro.
All right. Love you, man.
Love you,
bro.
All right, now.
Thanks again to our brother Andscape and ESPN. You've seen him on TV. You've seen him doing other things on video. Marc Spears, who, bro, he gave us pretty much, he's going through, I mean, I didn't know anything about the diary with Donovan Mitchell. I didn't even know he did anything, covering other members of the Cavaliers and just what all that he's doing, bruh. That was refreshing to hear and a true insider's take.
And I don't appreciate you and Mark clowning me, man. I didn't go to the restroom.
Yeah,
and I had to charge up the computer, man.
You pulled a dark man on us.
So man, heading into the weekend, what are some things you're looking forward to? I mean, for me, the NCAA tournament, seeing what Miami of Ohio is going to do, and I'm really excited about that.
Well, I'll be watching a lot of the colleges will be having pro days for their prospective pro athletes. So I'll be watching a lot of film of pro days. There are going to be some people that aren't going to be participating in pro days because they did well in the combine. Like, for instance, Sonny Styles has nothing to prove on a pro day. Arville Reese has nothing to prove on a pro day. Even Lorenzo Styles Jr., 4.28 speed as a safety, But there are a lot of guys who didn't participate. And I tell you, man, the person who I'm most interested in, and I would say is very likely he will be a Cleveland Brown, is Jordan Tyson. Somebody you've talked to, bruh, because, him overcoming injuries, will he be able to do 26 reps and 225 is nothing to sneeze at. But, what will he be able to do? Because the draft is next month and, they have other training, rookie camp and all of that stuff. So I'll be watching film. And what do you think about Jordan Tyson's, man, and likelihood that he may be drafted in the same city? And by the way, kudos to you because you're the one that broke the story about the two brothers possibly playing in the same city, and now ESPN jumped on the train, albeit a little late. So kudos to you, and talk about that, bro.
Thank you, man. And I don't know if I broke the story, but definitely had fun talking to the family, to their dad, John, and the fact that he'll have two sons in two different sports, possibly in the same city, to be drafted in the first round. Had a lot of fun talking to them, and good luck to him. And one thing that Tyson, actually Jalen brought up about Jordan, and he said if you look at Ohio State, you know who the number one receiver was, but when it comes to Tyson, he was the number one receiver. He was double teamed most of the time and still excelled. So for some, he's the number one receiver in the draft, and for others, he's number two. And I don't think I don't think he'll be available later in the first round for the Browns. I'm not sure if they're going to take him. Was it the sixth pick the Browns have?
6 and 24.
6. So I'm not sure that they'll take him at 6. But knowing the Browns, a deal will be made that they'll move up in the draft, and if that's the case, then they'll pick him up. But Delvis, we're at the end of the show, man. And
real quick, bro, real quick, because we're big on history.
Okay.
Another kudos to you for writing the story about UTEP. It's been a bunch of years, bro. I think it's been 60 years or something like that since the first Black starting five won an NCAA championship. And you talked about that in your latest article. So real quick, again, kudos, and real briefly, bro, talk about that.
Yeah, the Texas Western played Kentucky, and Kentucky had the great Pat Riley for that team. And it was March 19th, 1966, the first all-Black starting five to play in the NCAA finals, and the first to win it. And you all saw the movie, and Delvis, know you saw Glory Road.
Yes.
And it depicted what happened 60 years ago. So it was fun. I spoke with Pat. I spoke with 4 other members of that team, Texas Western team, and it was an honor to speak with those gentlemen for what they've done in history.
And my bad, it's UTEP now, but UTEP was known back then as Texas Western.
Yeah, Texas Western. So another good show, man. I appreciate you, brother. That we can always spend these Wednesdays together. And congrats to Michael B. Jordan for winning the Oscar, and director Ryan Coogler for best screenplay for Sinners. And as a filmmaker, always good to see people that look like me get honored.
Yeah, I to say is y'all know Sinners should have won Best Picture. You all know Delroy Lindo should have won Best Supporting Actor, but that's all right. I mean, The Color Purple, didn't they have something like 11 nominations back then? Didn't win anything. So I guess one small step for mankind. No, it ain't. Just the Oscars are so racist, and they're still racist. They gave us a little bite of the apple. But you're right, man. Kudos to everyone that had anything to do. It was great to see. He told me that he's my uncle, my old school uncle, Buddy Guy. It was good to see him during the Oscars presentation performing a song from Sinners, man. But Buddy Guy is, bruh, 90 years old and still lucid.
Wow. Way to go, Buddy Guy. All right. Another episode of which one is this? 10? Is this 10, Mo? Our 10th episode? Wow.
We got you back, 10.
Got number 10. Okay, well, take us out, D. Take us out.
Right. Thanks again to Marc Spears, ESPN, and Andscape for appearing. And most of all, we're close to 2,000 subscribers. So we thank for everybody for subscribing, liking, and please share the video, share any of our video clips. We'd love to hear from you. And again, we are the Sports Brothers, and
welcome to the family.
Looking for the perfect way to unwind after work? Slide through to Charterhouse Grill for happy hour, Tuesday through Fridays, 4 to 7 p.m. Enjoy $4 off signature cocktails, top shelf liquor, appetizers, and all wine, plus $2 off all beer. Great drinks, great food, grown folk vibes. That's happy hour at Charterhouse Grill, 991 East 185th Street, Cleveland. Pull up, unwind, we'll take care of the rest.